We have a medical staff of over 800 physicians, and it's a blend of both employed physicians, roughly 150 to 200 physicians, and aligned physicians, the other 400 to 600 physicians. And I would say of that medical staff, easily 3/4 do their primary work here at Lancaster General. And that blend has allowed us to provide high quality, high level primary care and high quality subspecialty care. We have outstanding physicians trained in all the disciplines, very deep in both primary service as well as primary and ambulatory service, as well as subspecialty service. And that provides outstanding service for our patients in the community. Much of their care obtained here rather than traveling to other places.
Prior to 1983, our patients would travel to Philadelphia to receive cardiac surgery. So we really wanted to bring and offer that service here and do it extremely well, if not better, than those academic areas. Some of the technology that we offer here, we are one of the few, I believe one of 5 community hospitals that are destination therapy certified for ventricular assist devices. We achieved that this last year. We have state-of-the-art EP labs with mapping and state-of-the-art angiographic imaging equipment. Some of the other things that really separates us from many other community hospitals is the access to research protocols. We partner with a local heart and stroke foundation that really brings a lot of those research protocols that typically you would see at University of Penn, Duke University. They bring those here so that our patients have access to those type of options. And we are part of the academic dialogue about what is best care moving forward for cardiac patients overall.
But people often even think when they come here that we're all going to be Amish. You know, there are 500,000 people who live in Lancaster County. We're fortunate to share the community with 30,000 Amish who bring their uniqueness to what we see in our community every day. But we have a great deal of diversity here, from a large Hispanic community to a Jewish community, through the Latin American countries being represented. That's always very surprising to people because they really do think they're going to come here and it's going to be the horse and buggies and the Amish, and that's going to be the majority of the population. So one of the things that I work very hard on a daily basis of interviewing and speaking with people about is getting them to see that whole picture of our community.
But beyond that, if you want to get to access different experiences, it's all reachable. Sitting in South Central PA, you know, we choose where we vacation every year, and it's an easy reach to go to the beach. It's an easy reach to go to the mountains. If you like to hunt, that's something that's certainly readily accessible. But it's also nothing to hop on the train Saturday morning and be downtown Manhattan by 11 o'clock, having lunch and catching a show. And we frequently do that. So, and Philadelphia, Washington, Baltimore, all reachable, and are frequently field trips for my family each and every year. So I think the combination of living in, not dealing with some of the headaches of those urban areas, the traffic and those type of things, a good basis to raise a family, but having easy access to some of those other life experiences overall makes it ideal setting to raise a family and live.
But on that same token, I think that our city really has grown. You know, we've got the convention center downtown, we've got the Marriott downtown now, we have First Friday. So I think you're starting to see the cultural things happening in the city that maybe we didn't have before. But you can be nicely spread out. So I live 4 miles from here, but I live in a development outside the city, but I have the convenience of being here in a few minutes. And for me, that's extremely important. I mean, I don't want to live an hour away, or I don't want to be in traffic. So when I go home at 7 o'clock tonight, I can just scoot home in no time, 10 minutes to be exact, and I'll be home. So I think those are the nice things that we have going for us.
I'm very, I have a pretty strong faith in sort of as a Christian, and so part of my evaluation, and when my wife and I came out here, we felt that this particular community is very much faith-based. Now, having said that, I'm not saying that it's sort of not open to outside religions. In fact, that's not the case. But nonetheless, the culture around here is that people do go to church. There are certain shops that are closed on Sundays like they used to be. And so I felt that that was a good fit for me and for my family and the way I like to bring up my family.
Quality of life here is very high. Whether that's the quality of our schools, the quality of housing, the nature of the community. But the cost of living is low here. We traditionally pay less for housing here, less for car insurance, less for the food and clothing items than what you're going to pay in a larger metropolitan city, particularly Philadelphia, which is relatively close to us.
There are many things to like about Lancaster, Pennsylvania. One of the things is to a school system. The schools here in Lancaster are exceptional. One thing I found out being in the military and traveling to a lot of places, there was always a school system that you had to worry about, and you had to select the place you live based on the school system to be able to ensure a quality education. I found that when I came here to Lancaster, it was very easy to select a place to live because you didn't have to worry about where you were going to send your children to school. I found that the school systems are great in terms of their desire for academics and sports.
Lancaster General has a really varied age type of population. There's a lot of different types of people that you'll find here. Not just here at the hospital, but the community itself. We've seen such just a blossoming of different types of restaurants, and it's just the best place in the world to find just about anything you want to eat. But I think that also extends to how we feel about people. We see people of all ages and races, and Lancaster is very warm to everyone, which I think says a whole lot about, again, this caring community, that it doesn't matter your skin color or how old or young you are, everyone is welcome with warm arms.